Hello friends, and thank you for participating in this STEAM Kit experiment. So today is our rainbow in a bowl experiment. You will need your Skittles, you will need your bowl. You should be able to find those in the bag. Also, a little bit later, we're going to need a bit of warm water in a small cup. You can pause this video at any time. Let's get started. First things first, let's remove our Skittles from the bag. Place them on the table nearby. Try not to hold them in your hand for too long. They do start to melt rather quickly. We're going to arrange our Skittles on the inside edge of our bowl in a nice circle. And you can choose whatever pattern you want to arrange your Skittles in. Here's a look at how I did mine. All right, guys, I am very excited for the next part of this experiment. However, before we do that, we should form what's called a hypothesis to what's going to happen. This is a science experiment, and all scientists have a hypothesis with an experiment. What's a hypothesis? If you haven't heard of that word before, it is what scientists call a guess. So we're going to be guessing. If you want to, you can pause this video, take a moment, and form a guess. What's going to happen after we add the water in the bowl? You can even take a moment and write down your hypothesis if you want. Okay, here we go. With our little bit of warm water, we're going to put that in the bowl. We want to kind of pour it in the middle, not on the Skittles themselves, but in the middle. And we only want to pour enough so that like half of the Skittle is underwater, okay? Double check to make sure that that water's warm, still warm, if you got it before, okay? Take a step back. This only takes a couple minutes, and observe. So I don't know about you, but that amazes me every time I watch it. It happens much more quickly than I ever expected. How about you guys? Did the result match your hypothesis? And why do you think the results happened that way? This is the part of the video where I introduce another scientific vocabulary word to explain just a part of why the results in this experiment are the way they are. So basically, guys, if you stuck around this long, I'll do a small explanation of a part of what's happening in our bowl with our Skittles and water. So the Skittles themselves are made out of sugar. Sugar has a property called being water soluble. A lot of things in the world are water soluble. What does that mean exactly? Basically means, in simplest terms, that when something that's water soluble touches water, starts to dissolve. So what we're observing is the sugar in the Skittles starting to dissolve in the water, and the very tiny little sugar molecules are starting to bond, which is basically holding hands with the even smaller water molecules. And because the Skittles have such a bright dye on their shell, we can actually observe this happen in real time. If we were to put like just a plain lump of sugar or sugar cube in the bowl, the same thing would happen. However, there's no dye, so we wouldn't be able to actually see it with our eyes. And that's pretty cool, in my opinion. So I hope you enjoyed this experiment today, and I will see you next week. I'm excited already. All right, guys. Bye-bye.